Hi everyone. I hope you all are great and I hope you had a good weekend. Today we will have idioms and adages. So first you log in using the a+student.com. Click on your name, move on to language at the grade 5. Chapters idioms and adages and lesson will be determine the meaning of idioms from context set 1 and identify the meaning of idioms and adages set 1. Alright, so we'll start now. An idiom is a phrase that means something different than what the word in the phrase mean on their own. Okay, so it means something different, all right, than what the words in the phrase mean on their own. So you could have a word and you could have some phrases and you would think that that is the meaning of it, but no, that's not the meaning because idioms mean something different. All right, so you could, for example, have going up, and it is not the meaning of going up that would be the idiom. It's a different meaning entirely. That would be the idiom. All right, so under the weather is an idiom, right? So we have under the weather as an idiom. It isn't about the weather, okay? So for example, you say under the weather. It's not talking about the weather. It means that someone isn't feeling well. Okay, it's not like you're directly under the weather like sun or winter like that. It just means that the person is not doing well. Okay, Sally stayed home because she's feeling under the weather, meaning that she's feeling sick. Okay? The meaning of idioms cannot be found by looking at the meaning of each word. So you have to remember them or figure out the meaning by looking at how they are used. So you would have to look at how they are used because when you look at the words, you cannot figure out the meaning of the idiom. You have to be the one to remember them specifically because they are very unique. Okay, they are totally different from the meaning of the word. Just like how we have under the weather, we're not basically saying that we are under the snow or under the rain or under the sun, stuff like that. It's not the meaning of the word, okay? It's a different phrase entirely. Okay, let's look at some examples. What is the meaning of split hairs? We agree on almost all the plans, so why should we split hairs over this one detail? Okay, so why are we splitting hairs? Okay, so now what does it mean to fight over tiny differences? Split hairs is an idiom to figure out its meaning. Look at the meaning of the sentence as a whole. It means to fight over something. So you have to try to look at the meaning of the sentence. You have to look at the sentence, read them carefully. In between reading the sentence, then you can figure out the meaning of your idiom. Okay? All right, so I found a huge error in my math, so I had to go back to square one and try again. So what does the meaning of square one mean? Square one is an idiom, okay? And it just means that you start from the beginning again. Okay, so if you look at the sentence, it says that I found a mistake. So I had to go back. All right. We are checking. You're going back to square one, like starting from the beginning again. Then Zoe knew the salesperson was full of hot air when he claimed the bags would keep vegetables fresh for several months. So what is the meaning of full of hot air? What's the meaning of that? It's an idiom. So when we say full of hot air, we're not saying that, you know, when the air is hot and the bag is full of that hot air. Nope. It's totally different. So we simply mean what? Talking nonsense. So that means the person was just lying or he was just talking nonsense. Okay? So that's idioms for you. They're very unique. You cannot say that because you know the meaning of the word, like the phrase itself, meaning that that's what the idiom is. No, the idioms will be different. Okay, so we have what is the meaning of at the drop of a hat? Don't mention Hawaii because Shona will show her photographs of Waikiki Beach at the drop of a hat. So falling to the ground or with little persuading. Is it the first or the second? You can share your answers with me. Tell me what you think over here. Okay, so with little persuading, that's what at the drop of a hat mean. I will agree to go to the play, but I draw the line at going to the party afterwards. So what's the meaning of draw the line? Like to set a limit on what one won't go beyond, or to make a macro ruler. Tell me what you think. All right, so we have to set a limit one won't go beyond. All right, my cousin Ryan has a big mouth, so he told everyone that I like Owen, so big mouths, to accept an offer now for a little time, or to tend to give away secrets. Which of them? So big man to tend to give away secrets. Okay. So what is the meaning of cost an arm and a leg? I would love to go on that tropical vacation by cost an arm and a leg. So to be expensive or to ask for favors to make something happen. First or the second. So cost an arm and a leg is going to be very expensive. Mr. Stanley decided to leave the rat race by quitting the job he disliked. So, what's the meaning of rat race? A useless, ongoing struggle, something to think about seriously. Okay, so rat race the first. So what is the meaning of high and dry? After her roommate moved out suddenly, Alexa was left high and dry, paying all the rent herself without help or far above the water. Okay, so we have what? High and dry without help. Okay. So what's the meaning of head over heels? From the day they first met, Mr. and Mrs. Olsen have been head over heels for each other. Very much in love or talking nonsense. Okay, so very much in love. Alright, that's it for this lesson. We will move on to the next one. If you haven't done this, you have to try to complete this later on. So we have identified the meaning of idioms and adages, set one. All right, so we already know that an idiom is a phrase that helps something, that means something different than what the word in the phrase mean on their own. So we already know that it's totally different. Even though we see under the weather, it doesn't mean that you're directly under the weather. It's meaning something else. Okay, so it definitely means something else. So let's look at some examples. We have, what is the meaning of don't look a gift horse in the mouth? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So it means what? Don't complain about something that is given to you. So when someone has given you something, don't complain about it. What is the meaning of green thumb? An ability to grow plants well. What's the meaning of on the back burner? It means on hold. Okay, so let's see. What is the meaning of put a cork in it? To accept unpleasant results of one's action or to stop talking right now. Which of them? All right, so what do we have here? To stop talking right now. So what's the meaning of a watch pot never balls? Acting too quickly causes mistake or time feels longer when you are waiting for something. Okay, so we have what? A watch pot never boils. Sorry, time feels longer when you're waiting for something. So the right one is the second. If you're waiting for something, it's just going to take a longer time. That's why a wash pot never boils. So what is the meaning of split hairs? To fight over tiny differences or to brush one's hair too hard. What's the right one? Okay, so we have to fight over tiny differences. So what's the meaning of if the shoe fits, wear it? When one bad thing happens, more bad things also happen. If something said about you is true, then accept it. First and second. Okay, so if something said about you is true, you'll accept it. That's what it means. Okay. So what's the meaning of walking on air, off the ground, looking down, or feeling delighted? All right, so we have feeling delighted. So that's walking on air. Okay, so what's the meaning of haste makes waste? Acting too quickly causes mistake or time feels longer when you're waiting for something. First or the second. Okay, so we have acting too quickly causes mistake. So if you act too quickly, you're gonna have a mistake. Okay, so we have what is the meaning of in a nutshell? Something in an acon or in a few words. All right, so it means in a nutshell. Okay, that's it for our lesson today under idioms and adages. Can you tell me if you have any questions? If you guys have no questions, we'll end here. Try to complete this lesson if you haven't done it. See you all next time. Bye, everyone. Have a good week.